Welcome to the 2-Minute Drills. I'm Aram, Tolegian, joined by Fred J. Robledo. Freddie, we have what we believe is the Pacific League Championship game. Yes, there will still be 2 games left for each of these teams after Friday night, but for all intents and purposes, this really has to be it, Freddie. Crescenta Valley, 7-0 overall, 4-0 in the Pacific League, going to Muir, which is 4-3 overall, 4-0 in the Pacific League. Muir, slow start, 0-3 against a really tough schedule. They've come alive, though, once they got back in the league, and they look ready to defend their league championship.
And didn't Muir go undefeated in the league last year? And they had a similar struggling start. I mean, this is what Muir does. I mean, they lost to Cathedral, they lost to Tolegian, they lost to Hart, right? Teams that I think if you look at Crescenta Valley, who's undefeated, if you flip the schedules, Muir might be 7-0 and they might be 4-3.
That's a great point.
I mean, sometimes you really have to look at who you're playing.
Yeah.
I mean, where's our Muir helmet, by the way, Aaron? What is Muir going to do?
I will talk to Hardy.
You talk to him about this? I mean, this is one of our signature teams, and we don't got one of those famous hats in the valley. But just getting back to that, earlier in the year, Muir's had some games. They played the game against Burroughs that I talked about earlier in the year with Aram. I thought they were going to blow them out. They did blow them out. And one thing about Muir is when they're at home, I mean, it'd be different to me if they were going to Crescenta Valley and playing this game. But at home, they tend to play really, really well. Not because they have this enormous amount of fans, just because of there's that familiarity of being at home. Visiting teams, I don't think really enjoy going to play over there. They don't enjoy coming through that back alley fence over at Muir and sneaking in there. It's really dark. It's one of those games. I know Crescenta is undefeated, and on paper, I bet a lot of people are favoring them. But I just think this is still Muir's league to lose. Their league streak must be about 12, 13 games. I'm not sure where it's at, but they own the Pacific until someone knocks them off.
Yeah,
I like Muir.
I agree with you. I've said for a while now, I think Muir might be the toughest place to play in the San Gabriel Valley. That's even like with Amat, in the mix.
And it's not because of some incredible atmosphere.
No.
It's because
the place just kind of sucks.
It's because of the Altadena factor.
Well, yeah, I guess, but they don't get much of a crowd, but they got a couple guys in their crowd that's. Boy, man, last year against La Mirada, they were yelling to La Mirada in the playoff game, "This ain't Artesia! This ain't Artesia you're playing." And then last 2 weeks ago when I covered them against Burbank, they got a guy, and I think it's the same guy, and he's yelling down to someone saying, "Get number 35!
Yeah.
Get number 35!" Like on kickoff.
There's an intimidation
factor
factor that's
exactly right.
You can't really factor
exactly right.
that kids are going to. And a lot of them, it's the only time they go there because they play alternate years. Unless you started varsity as a sophomore, you got a lot of minutes. You go to Muir one time in league, and it's just a little intimidating.
The field's kind of out in the open.
For whatever reason you want to make it, or I'm not ready to discuss, it's intimidating.
Yeah, the field's out in the open.
The crowd.
There's no running water. It's right off the freeway, so it can get a little gusty.
It's the only place I know for a visiting team where you're sitting in the stands and you're kind of looking over your shoulder.
Right. Or the team has to is told keep your helmets on until we're on the freeway when they get on the bus. Until we're on the freeway, keep your helmets on. It's an intimidating place to play, and also you got to throw in the fact that the Mustangs are traditionally the fastest team in the league, and if you don't watch out in the course of a 2 or 3 minute stretch, they can put up 14 points on you on some 80-yard run or some pick return. It can swoon on you real fast. I was at this game last year, Freddie. It was at Glendale, and Muir beat them. And Crescenta Valley has a very good offense. They're kind of one of those wide open spread offenses. A very good quarterback, Brian Gadsby. He's the stud pitcher on their baseball team. He wasn't going to play football. Then he was, then he wasn't. He officially decided to play football. He's got 20 touchdown passes this year. They have a very good offense. But last year, they were able to move the ball in Muir, despite Muir being very athletic. But every time they scored and had something going in the game, Muir would just hit back with a big play anytime they needed it. Now, a lot of that was Day Williams at quarterback. He'll be there on Friday night, but he's now the starting quarterback at PCC. But so now it comes down to Chase Keogh, who's the starting quarterback at Muir now, who has wheels, maybe not the accomplished passer that Day was, but he's got weapons, Fred, and I'm talking weapons all over the field, especially Tayon Mason, the receiver. This is going to be a back and forth, up and down the field affair. There's just no doubt about it.
Yeah, and this is going to be the game that's going to tell me which one of these teams can compete in the Southeast and maybe get one of those top 4 seeds, maybe the 4. Because you got La Mirada, that's really already a lock, I think, to be in the top 4. You got St. Francis and Cathedral, 2 teams from the Angeles League who are probably going to get seeds. Cathedral losing just their first game to St. Francis. And I think the winner of the Pacific probably should get that 4 seed. Them with maybe Lucerna. Lucerna lost that game to Rancho, so I don't know if the winner of the Del Rio gets that 4 seed.
Or the winner to San Gabriel Valley.
San Gabriel Valley.
Maybe Compton Dominguez.
Maybe.
It's dicey. I tend to agree with you. I think Cathedral will be a second seeded team out of the Angeles.
Yeah, but this is going to tell me if these teams, like you said, I can't forget what you said earlier in the year that you've watched Muir now. You've watched St. Francis. You've watched these teams play. And you give them a shot. You give them a shot against St. Francis, particularly if they got a home game against them.
Right.
So to me, that says an awful lot. Now, Crescenta Valley, they may be the 7-0 team that's on paper. They may be a team that can challenge for this division. But I don't think they've played a team yet where you can say, that they're ready. This is going to be that team for them. I just think until they beat Muir, and especially if they beat them at home, I'm going with Muir in this game.
Yeah, I am
just
too.
Because I just think that they've proved over the course of last year, this year, they're the better team. And look, schedules matter. They play tough preseason schedules. Crescenta Valley didn't play that, so this is where you buy it or sell it time on Friday night for them.
Yeah, I would say this: if Crescenta Valley wins this game and goes 10-0 in the regular season, they're getting a top 4 seed. That's a slam dunk in the division. If it's Muir 7-3, I don't know, but the fact they were in the semis last year, probably gets them there. Like you mentioned, I've seen St. Francis, I've seen La Mirada, I've seen Lucerna, I've seen Muir. I know Muir athletically is on par with a La Mirada and a St. Francis. They're more athletic than Lucerna, but they're on par with the other 2. The thing is, they haven't put it all together quite yet. They've obviously put it together better than they had back in September, but they haven't put it all together quite yet. And if you're St. Francis, if you're Cathedral or La Mirada or any of those teams, I know you're confident, but if you catch Muir on the night where they do put it together, and I don't know that they can put it together for 4 straight weeks in the playoffs, but one of those weeks they're going to put it together. And if that's the night you're playing them, that's a bad sign. Because they got guys, no kidding, Fred, they got 3 or 4 guys that if they get the ball, one move, they can be gone. And nobody else in the division has that. La Mirada has a Tony Brown. St. Francis has a Dylan Crawford. But nobody's got 3 or 4 of those types. And Muir has that. And getting them the ball and limiting mistakes will be key for them. They play good defense under Coach Hardy. They're a good team. They're gonna be heard from. I got them winning this game as well, Fred. I think they're just too athletic. I don't think you're.
Is it gonna be close?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think you're going to throw the ball around the park on them all day because I think when you got Tayon Mason out there covering one of the sides of the field, Crescenta Valley's not going to want to throw that way against Tayon. But I think ultimately Muir, just too athletic, will get their shot at big plays, and when they get them, they're going to make them.
And Muir fans, show up.
Yeah,
you got a good team there. Every year I go to the Turkey Tussle, you guys got 5,000-6,000 fans. Can 500 of you show up on Friday night near home to go watch your football team?
Yeah.
It's a good team. Aram's going to be there.
Yeah.
Have your diet hot links and your diet Cokes ready to go.
Yeah.
Because Aram likes that food at Muir. I do too.
No,
so
they've stepped up their food game, Fred.
Yeah. Tacos now.
Taco Man was there.
Oh.
They've improved it. Muir's like the only place where like you can get a cheeseburger. And like you go open it up and you think you're gonna get a slice of cheese, but what's really on it is just like nacho cheese, like a squirt of it. Like it's like the classic Muir burger, but they got way more than that. They got way more than that this year. If eating is your thing, if not, you could just go to Jim's right down the street and whack out some chili fries, a double cheeseburger, and a grape lemonade. It is great. I love it. Okay. Anyways, get out to that Muir game, Muir fans. They're gonna need your support. This is a huge game against CV. This is probably for the Pacific League title. Everybody enjoy it.